Welcome to Families in Action on your hometown station, AM 1220 KHTS. I'm Cary Quashen. I'm your host, but I do have a co-host, and that's Michael Duarte.
Hello, how
Hi,
you
Mike.
doing?
I'm doing good. Hey, you know what? I say it's every time on Monday. I feel like I haven't left this room because I just did the nonprofit spotlight here an hour ago. So yeah, I've been here all morning.
You're all over the radio
I'm
and
all over.
Television today.
Yeah, 2 o'clock. We're filming a TV show. It's called Codependent, and it's going to be at Piru, part of it anyways, at one of my rehabs. So yeah, I'm running from here to participate in that show right after this. So it's a crazy
You're all
day.
over the place. For some of our listeners that aren't that familiar with action, where are your rehabs located?
Everywhere. No.
Everywhere.
if we're not there, we're coming. No.
Okay.
We have a 35-bed rehab in Bakersfield for adults. We have a 22-bed adult residential rehab in Piru, and we have an 18-bed adolescent rehab here in Santa Clarita, and then we have clinics all over the place for intensive outpatients and stuff like that.
So people hear about you, and they bring people, and most of the time, I understand your facilities are full.
We stay pretty full, but we always have room. How's that?
That's right. Yeah, you can make room.
We stay pretty full, but we always have room.
I know you always tell me that because every time we call and say, "Hey, we got somebody," you say, "Let's work it out."
Yeah, well, we have to. I mean, we have an epidemic right now when it comes to substance abuse, especially when it comes to opiates and benzos. In fact, I was just talking a little bit ago, for the first time ever, more people are losing their lives when it comes to drug abuse and overdoses, which are preventable, than car crashes.
I know.
So it's pretty sad state of affair right now when it comes to substance
You
abuse.
participated in something last week.
And so did a friend of mine.
And we have a special
know who that
guest
is?
with us today that was also there, Dr. Darren Privet from the Emergency Department at Henry Mayo. And I have something that I'm almost reluctant to talk about here because we do have a doctor in the house.
Well, let's talk
I'm
about
gonna
it
do it
anyways.
anyway.
Darren's tough. He can hang.
Yeah,
I can hang with you guys.
Monday, August the 31st, today, is International, not just national, but International Bacon Day. Let's clog up our arteries.
I'm a big bacon eater. I love bacon.
Bacon is
See, I
wonderful.
told you he could hang.
See that?
Yeah.
There you go. But it's also National Eat Outside Day. So you get your bacon and you go out and you get a table outside.
Yeah, I don't know about that.
And this is
Yeah,
a good one.
that's
You'll
a little
like
hot.
this one. This is a good one. And it's National Trail Mix Day.
Yeah, it seems like every single day there is a national day of something.
There is.
So you follow social media, you can keep up and be savvy with that kind
And
of
I
stuff.
can follow up with one
Darren,
more.
if you want to know what it is, Mike always knows.
Does he?
So all you got to do is
On
call him in the morning, and he'll tell you what today's
I need to start
national
following
day
you on
is.
Instagram so I can be privy
That's
to that.
exactly right.
Now listen to this. On this day, way back in 1887, Thomas Edison, we all remember him, he invented the light bulb. He patented the kinetoscope and started producing motion pictures.
Cool stuff.
I did not know that.
Yeah. Well, you've ever heard of that famous film, The Sneeze? He just photographed a fellow sneezing. I mean, they didn't know what to do with movies.
I didn't know that either, Michael.
Let me tell you something. When they first started showing movies in theaters, and theaters were just like a place where they went in to show the film.
Just to stop you for a second, do you know that Michael's got a history in TV?
Yeah,
in
he
fact,
told me last
he
time.
won an Emmy.
That's what I heard.
Yeah.
You
Isn't that
can tell
cool?
with that voice.
Yeah.
I'm
well,
mesmerized right
he's
now.
definitely got a voice for
Just
radio.
keep talking. Yeah, keep talking.
What I was going to say is that people did not understand movies, and one of the first things they did was they photographed a train pulling in to the train station, and women in the first and second and third rows jumped up out of their seats and ran out of the theater in fear, thinking that the train was actually going to hit them,
Really?
because they just didn't understand movies back then.
Wow, that's heavy.
That is heavy.
pretty cool.
That's a scary movie.
And of course, today movies can take you literally anywhere.
True.
Yeah, what they can do today is pretty amazing, isn't it?
But we've got to talk about, when we come back, we've got to talk about what happened this past week with the immature teen brain on pot, because that was a success.
Right. And it's kind of well, let's go ahead and take a break, and we'll just pick it right up when we come back from break. This is Families in Action on your hometown station, AM 1220 KHTS.
Welcome back to Families in Action right here on KHTS AM 1220, your hometown station. And now, here's the man with the most. Here's your host, Cary Action is my middle name, Quashen.
He really does that good, doesn't he?
He does do it.
So, but I do want to say Action is brought to you by your hometown station. We appreciate that extremely. We've been on this air almost 13 years.
Isn't that amazing?
So for us to be able to carry the message out there, we need to do thank you to the Goldmans. We
That's right.
appreciate that very much. And also it's brought to you by Action Family Counseling, which is full alcohol and drug treatment centers. We have residentials and clinics and the Action Family Foundation, which we go into schools, do seminars and interventions, and we have so much stuff, the Tide program and the Sober High School, the Sober School, and the Experience, which is soon to be out, which I'm very excited about.
I was going to ask you about that when we were out in the hall just before the show started, because I hadn't heard anything about it, but I know it's getting very close to happening.
It is. What we've done is it's called the Experience. The Action Family Foundation purchased a motorhome, and we're turning it into a mobile memorial. So there's gonna be TV stuff inside, and somebody will walk in there. It'll be all digital. We're gonna have families that'll be speaking on the TV, saying, I lost my kid to substance abuse on an overdose, and the family will be telling their story or suicide stuff. So, and the great thing about it is it's digital. So we could pull it up to any event. We could show it, and we can go into schools and bring the digital part in with us, and then we can have the families speak.
Action on the road.
Yeah, and the great thing about it is, we have the Youth Grove here, where car crashes and people loses their lives to that. But when it comes to substance abuse, you don't really want to have that in a place that's there, because then people want to go party and celebrate. So it's a mobile kind of thing. So we can bring this to people. So
That's phenomenal. Do you have a timeline?
It's coming. How's
It's
that?
coming.
Very, very quickly.
Soon,
Yeah.
in 2015.
Right. It's a kind of an expensive project, and we've been trying to fund
Sure.
it. So we're going after some grants and stuff, but we're super close to getting it. It'd be one of the first of the country, first of its kind.
Oh, really?
Yes,
On the road,
on the road.
digital. You
Digital.
can't beat it.
That's right. A memorial for people, because as we were saying the other day, substance abuse starts innocently, can affect anybody, and unfortunately, it might start innocently, but it ends tragically. So, and these are most of the time great kids that made bad decisions, and one bad decision, and we know everything can change.
And made a bad decision with that immature teen brain in many cases.
Yeah, I just got a text from my son, and I was speaking to him too, and we post all the articles and stuff, and we got more activity from the articles from KHTS and the Signal on the teen brain and marijuana than anything we've ever posted before.
Hot topic.
Isn't that something?
Yeah.
More activity than anything we've ever done. In fact, when I heard we were going to do a symposium and we changed it to the marijuana and the teen brain, my first thing is, I don't know if the room's big enough. And people were saying, oh, no one's going to come, it's just pot. I said, everyone's going to come, because it affects everybody.
Yeah.
There were no seats left.
No.
Yeah, I think we saw that. How many people were actually attended this
I talked
symposium?
with Janine, who was on the show promoting it, Janine Prado, and she said it was...
Great lady that does so much for
Yeah,
this
she's
city.
fantastic.
She sure does. It was over 350 people.
Oh, yeah.
It was standing
Yeah,
room
yeah,
only.
yeah, yeah. There was close to 400
And I think what was great about, at least my impression, was that there was a lot of young people that were there.
Yes.
In fact, probably the majority of the room was more teenagers that were there with either groups or parents, and that's what was exciting, that we were able to give them firsthand knowledge, really, of the
Right.
dangers of marijuana, and so that was very, very impressionable, and that was exciting for me as a physician to make sure that we were to give them the proper information instead of from secondhand or from their friends or from what they get from online and the internet. So.
Right. There's so many different scientific research kind of deals. If you go on the internet, you're going to find what you want. But
Right.
When we gave
Pros and cons.
Right. What we
Yeah.
gave them was real information.
Right.
What
And
were some of the questions that people asked? What were they looking for? What kind of information were they looking for?
You had some that were truly wanted to have the medicine behind it, the scientific thought behind it, and there were some trying to still looking for answers to try to justify their behavior. Afterwards,
Say that again. Try to what?
justify their behavior.
Yeah.
It's funny. I had a mom and her daughter come up to me after the fact, and she said, I get the fact that if I smoke marijuana frequently or occasionally, that I'm going to change my brain because it's still developing. But what if, doctor? What if I just smoke once a month? is that going to be bad for me? And I don't know how you justify that. You know, any type of substance abuse under the age period is illegal and should not be done, whether it's once a month or once a year. You know, until you're an adult and you make your own decisions,
Right.
and especially until your brain has finished developing.
But that's perfect for where I want to go, because people, they're looking for any reason to get high, number
Yeah.
one. And number two is, look at the power that drugs have over somebody to even think that through like that.
Right. To
What if I
justify.
just get high once a month?
Right.
What if I only do it on Fridays? What if I only smoke pot?
And you talked about that, those contracts that
contracts.
they make, they break them and they move on to something next, and that's what's going to happen. Right?
With
Once
all-
a month becomes once a week, becomes
With all good
maybe-
intentions.
Yeah, exactly.
If you have any kind of addictive personality and you start getting high, once is never going to be enough. Friday night's never going to work. Once a month is not going to do it. Just pot isn't going to fly. It will for a while.
Yeah.
You know, and one of the scariest things, which I didn't really have a chance to say there, is the people that relapse, the people that we keep getting back, it's always the same two reasons they come back. One is they left rehab and they went right back to their old friends thinking
Mhm.
they can do it again.
Right. Power
And-
of peer pressure.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And they get, it just takes a matter of time before they're back.
And we see that at the behavioral health unit all the time.
Exactly.
They walked out of rehab, they left rehab for some
Or they get
reason.
and then they go to their friends, they get desensitized again, and before you know it, bang, it happens again. Or they go to rehab saying, I know I have to themselves, they don't say this to us, I know I have to quit opiates. I know I can't smoke heroin or shoot dope. I know I can't use crystal meth, but pot, well, I can do that. And they convince themselves it's not going to hurt them.
Yeah.
But it will almost always bring you back to your drug of choice.
Yeah.
Almost always.
And you know, I think you made a great point too, is the fact that you have those bunch of kids that will never do drugs. You have those kids that are always risk takers.
Right.
And you have those kids on the fence. And I hope that all the kids that were in attendance, the teenagers that were there, that we made a difference with those who were on the fence. I hope we got them off the fence, and that they'll make right decisions.
Well, I know for sure we made a definite. We fixed some of them. We didn't fix them, but they're going to make better choices
Yeah,
just
I
by
think
hearing
so.
the information. Not all of them, but we reached some. Hey,
Yeah.
this is Families in Action on your hometown station, AM 1220 KHTS. We'll be right back.